Today on Fireside Vets, we're exploring an indigenous flavor-inspired game recipe, roasted maple sage turkey. Might just be the least anxiety-inducing turkey you'll ever make. Our brine ingredients: water, ice, apple cider, maple syrup, and sage, two really common American Indian flavors, kosher salt, garlic, and cayenne. For our marinade injection potion, club soda, olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, maple syrup, apple cider, kosher salt, garlic, and cayenne. And don't forget the syringe. Also, big hunks of butter to rub on and under the skin. Roasting turkey, part 1, brine. Yeah, I know it sounds like it's going to be kind of a hassle, but it's really worth it because it helps to keep that meat tender and to make sure that it's flavorful. I got a turkey breastbone in because it's not going to be a giant party that we're having. So get a big pot like this, fill it up with water, and then you want to add our ingredients of kosher salt, minced garlic, sage, and cayenne. Then you've got some maple syrup. And in a lot of indigenous recipes, I saw maple syrup as an ingredient that was used a lot and is used still a lot. Apple cider. And then you just want to dissolve all of those ingredients together. So just boil it up over the stove. And then note, do not throw your turkey in there while the water is still hot. I almost made that mistake last night when I was putting all of this together, just forgetting. What you want to do is you want to get that water cooled down. So just add ice in there and just mix it around until it slowly cools down. And then place the turkey inside. Put it in the fridge. If it's cold outside, keep it in the garage. Just do it overnight so you don't have to think about how many hours you've had it in there. So you can wake up and start on part 2 of what we need to do. Can you say something like lights, camera, action?
Lights, camera, action.
Okay, we are on to step 2. What we are going to do is create a marinade that we're going to inject into our turkey. So what I did was I just washed the brine off and I dried it off as well. So we've got this all ready to go. So for the marinade, let us start with some club soda. Hope this all fits in this bowl, but we shall see what happens. We've got some olive oil here. Then maple syrup. No. Then we've got maple syrup. I'm gonna do about half a cup of maple syrup. Glug, 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 glug. Solution does not look very pretty just yet, but it'll taste pretty, I promise. Apple cider. It'll taste pretty. Yes, Hina, it will taste pretty. Have you ever tasted anything pretty?
No, I only taste other things.
Apple cider. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
I don't think it's Worcestershire. Is it what? How do you say it?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. A bit. Just gonna do a tablespoon of this stuff. Garlic paste. I was too lazy to mince it, so garlic paste is really handy to have around. I think garlic helps almost any savory dish, in my opinion. Okay, then we've got cayenne. I like things spicy, and some salt, about 2 teaspoons. I mean, yeah, thanks, Hina. And I think that's good. You know, salt, you could always add more as we make the gravy. So I don't want to overdo anything. And then we are going to add this goodness, this bowl of what looks really gross but will taste pretty, into our blender. You can see me here still. Okay, now I'm going to try not to embarrass myself and like get this all over the table.
Pull it off.
Woo!
Classy.
I did it. Classy. All right. Then we're gonna blend this up. Okie dokie, we got our marinade. Still looks ugly. Will taste pretty. Don't make any dumb jokes to me, Hannah, right now. All right, then we've got our injector here. So we are going to inject the turkey. I mean, I like to inject it in as many places as I can get into. So, yes. Yeah, you're messed up. I love injecting things. This is not the Halloween episode, though. Inject, and it's gonna, like, you know, some of it is, it's weird because you're gonna see how it just kind of bubbles up from underneath. Some of it is gonna come out, especially since this is a turkey breast. But it's all good because you're getting flavor in. So I'm gonna keep doing this for a while.
Lights, camera, action.
Step 3 or 4, I don't know what step we're on, but we're on the step where we're gonna add butter under the skin and over it so we can try our best to get it golden. I mean, I've had it sometimes turn gold, I've had it sometimes not. There's just different factors to it, but you know, if you don't, as long as it tastes good. When I have a whole turkey and I've got a big party, I try to make extra sure that I have it looking nice and golden. But again, we're having an kind of informal Thanksgiving. So, you know, we'll be okay anyway. Got my gloves on since COVID's been going on. Got lots of gloves in the home. Butter it up. Okay, our last step. We've got our turkey all buttered up. So we're just gonna add, by the way, preheat oven to 325. So we've got that ready to go. Add some chicken broth. Kind of eyeball it. So keep things moist all around. I'm just gonna add some apple cider too because got some on hand. Okie dokie. And this beautiful sage. Alrighty. And then we are going to stick this in the oven. And if things start to get brown, just cover it with some aluminum foil. That's what we're gonna do, and we'll see how it turns out. Hi, so we are going to put the turkey in the oven, and I'm down here because we can't get a good angle any other way without you seeing all the junk behind me. So here we go. All right, don't burn yourself. All right, got it in there, and this is a great tool, the electronic thermometer. So, you know, just stick this in there when you can and keep it in there. Once it gets to 1 to 65, you are where you need to be with the bird. Just take about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, but just be patient with it. This is so cool. You can just stick it on the outside here, keep this inside, and we'll see how it turns out in just a little bit. And you can see my pajama pants here because we're in COVID land and the secret's out, and I've got my beautiful pumpkin socks here. Hi.
Here it is. Oh, and we cannot forget the gravy. So discard the solids from the drippings, save 1 to 2 cups of the liquid from the drippings, and add to a saucepan. Then whisk in a 1/4 cup of flour, 1 to 2 cups of water or stock, and stir it until it's smooth. And you've got a supercharged, flavored, dreamy, creamy gravy. And remember to take time this Thanksgiving to discuss its full history through an Indigenous lens, to reclaim Native truths, explore tribal cultures and flavors, and find ways to be an ally. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone!